Well, thanks, V. In our headlines, the official death toll in flood-stricken KwaZulu-Natal has risen to 306. The number of people who have lost their lives rose yesterday as emergency workers managed to access more areas and locate the bodies of victims. KwaZulu-Natal has been declared a disaster area, and President Cyril Ramaphosa has visited some of the affected communities across the province. The president described the situation as a catastrophe of enormous proportions and promised residents that government would be helping them as soon as possible. And we have our team of reporters on the ground this morning for the latest on the mop-up operations in KwaZulu-Natal. We cross now to our reporter Nozintombi Miya, who's at the old airport precinct near Umlazi. Nozintombi, welcome once more. And of course, earlier on you were showing us the sheer devastation and how things have been literally rearranged by the sheer force of the waters from that floods. What's more are we seeing? As you saw earlier, you showed us one person trying to make their way to work. Not sure if they still have a job at this stage, but what's happening now?
Yeah, you know, you're quite right, Sakina. You know, as the sun is starting to rise and you're getting a clearer picture of the debris that is littered all around, you really start to take stock of how bad the situation is. And, you know, we're understanding from some of the residents here by Umlazi who were here throughout the night yesterday trying to assist with the cleanup operations and to remove the containers that are here, that it was a sheer mammoth task, and they're feeling overwhelmed and they're feeling that they're not getting sufficient support. And I'm going to walk a little bit backwards because I do actually have a guest with me. His name is Big Daddy, and he is with the Umlazi Taxi Association. And Big Daddy is going to tell us a little bit more about some of the struggles that they faced as the Taxi Association, trying to get to scrape together some money to be able to get tractors to come in and clear up this section. Big Daddy, just tell me, since Monday, how bad has it been for the people here in Umlazi section to try and get access in and out of this area?
I try all my best Monday to work together with our taxi association at Umlazi. For taxi association in Umlazi, I try to move the sand in a road, and the TLP help us to move because I continue to pay the money to move the sand in a road to the taxi go to Durban. The problem what I got, the container in the road, he can't, the boss to move the container to the road. He said to us he can help us to move the container in a road.
All right. Daddy, as we continue our conversation, I'm just going to ask our camera colleague to walk with us and show us physically what we're seeing here. The sand, the mud, the sludge that's here. This is the sludge you were trying to get moved. What were the challenges that you faced just trying to remove these containers from the road that you say is a main road leading in and out of Umlazi section?
Yes. I tried very well. Last night I tried. Still 11 o'clock last night to move this sand because the government, our Itegwini municipality, never help us. Let's say I tried to help to talk to association. The road is clear now. The problem what I get, the container is in a road. To move the container, the taxi be run to go to Durban. No problems. What I got now.
And, you know, you're saying you didn't get a lot of support from the municipality. What support do you need as taxi organizations, as community members living here in Umlazi to help move the debris here? What help do you need? What do you need to be able to assist you guys in moving these containers?
Only one thing I need to move the container in a road because the government is supposed to help us because no money if you're sitting home to get into the taxi. End of the month, you pay the money in the taxi. All the people is paying money in the taxi every month. Now, if he's moved this taxi, the taxi will go well to go Durban. No problems.
Yeah.
Because in the past, I tried to municipality morning. I came 4:30 here morning to remove to stop the bus because no police will help us. No metro police. Only taxi owner is here. Yes.
That must be really frustrating. And this is what we're hearing. We heard reports from the police that some of the people in Umlazi were making their way here and were looting. We know that several stores in and around Umlazi J section have been looted. Why would people loot in an environment like this that is already filled with chaos and destruction?
I think people is not working. That's why I try to looting, but I condemn the looting. I never want to loot. I never want to loot. To loot is no good to us, tax industry, because I stopped before the looting, no looting. And now I heard yesterday it was looting the container. I don't know why. I try all my means. No one must loot from our side to Umlazi.
An inside source here told us that some of the people came and were looting the copper wires inside the refrigerated containers.
Yes. It was looting the wire. All the people is calling the para. I was chasing them away yesterday, not last night, because I finished last night 11 o'clock in the road. Because the N2 and 3, it was the government putting the payloader. But our side, Umlazi, never put the payloader. Tail B, I pay close to 10,000, our association, to say I must put 2,000, all association from Umlazi. The payloader came, he removed all the sand, and I wrote, he blockage only container in a blockage, if you can see.
Definitely, we can definitely see, Big Daddy. But to go back to the issue of the looting, do you as the taxi associations condemn in the strongest term the lootings that we are seeing that are gaining momentum? And are these criminal elements, or are these people that you know doing the looting?
These people, where stay, because the looting is not our side. Our side to finish the road and move to Durban to take the people, carry on to operate. But the looting, I'm condemning strong.
So what you need now is assistance from the municipality to bring in tractors to come help you guys clear up the road.
Yes, to clear the road. The road is clear. It's clear at all, because last night I cleared the road. But the problem what I got now, the containers is sitting in a roadway moving to Durban. Because all road now is jam. It can't move to Durban. But if you open here to Umlazi M4, it'll be easy to us to move to Durban, because this is our operation. Because the government, they can't help us the money. Every month I'm paying a lot of money with the taxi. I like that government to come to assist us now to move this container here in the road. Only a couple of containers, maybe 10 containers, stop it here.
All right. Thank you so much, Big Daddy. We're going to leave it there. And before I let you go, Sakina, I just want to show you the force of the water that was more than 4 meters high, literally swept that dry goods shipping container and wrapped it around the pole, to the extent that the container itself is wrapped around the pole. The pole is broken. There's another one that's also wrapped around the pole. It's literally wrapped itself around the pole. And these are some of the concerns that Big Daddy just raised now, that this is an arterial road that taxis from Umlazi transporting workers are facing, with not being able to move people in and out of the roads. The N2 that runs parallel to this section of the road is completely chock-a-block full, and it's jammed, and they now need access with tractors. They need access to tractors. I'm just going to walk across the road to sort of try and show you the traffic that we're seeing. It's actually chock-a-block. They need assistance. They need financial help from government. They need financial help from the municipalities to assist them in removing these containers that are literally strewn all over the road. And this is what you're seeing on the N2. You're seeing the further scenes of destruction, and this is the only road that the residents from Umlazi and coming from this section are using, because the road, an alternative road, is completely blocked with the containers that you saw there. So it's definitely a dire situation. And what Big Daddy from the Taxi Association is saying is that they need more assistance, they need more intervention. They're condemning the looting, and they're saying the looting really is a byproduct of people's frustrations with what they're seeing here. And with the fact that they feel helpless, they feel hopeless, and they feel like that there is absolutely nothing for them, because they're not even sure if they'll still have jobs come tomorrow. Sakina.
Well, Nozintombi, thank you so much for continuing to just give us a sense of that devastation. And I think, as you showed us there, those containers wrapped around poles, that gives you a sense of the sheer force, because the speed at which that container had to have been swept for it to wrap around that pole like that is something quite mind-boggling. But Nozintombi, we'll check in with you again later on in the show.